Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Back to throw. Fields. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, Fields. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Lions will take over.
On one, ready?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11,
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And a throw here that's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice game. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Here's Swift. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. And that's on Jackson Carman, 2nd-round pick in 2021. A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. Now it's Burrow. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal. Burrow looking to pass. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3. Now this defense for the Lions, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now a first down throw. Fields. He's got the connection left side to Brown. It's a room to maneuver. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to...
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the left hash, this from 46. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now is not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Here we go, here we go.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Burrow on play action. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready?
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. They'll try it now with Swift. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Fields. This is brought in by Brown. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Fields. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
I'm fine, ready?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Here we go. 11 MT, 11 MT.
Throwing again on second down. Burrow. He'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. He's got room past the 30. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. First down. Here's Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now Burrow on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. He's got it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But I believe a Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
Brings up second and 9 at the 10-yard line.
Now second and 9 from the 10. To the air again, Burrow. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Bears 3. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's good for 28 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Off play action, Fields. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before the break. Fields. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. It's a squib kick picked up near the 25. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. This is taken way up at the 25. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Fields. And the hook up to Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Fields throwing again. And this is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Fields. His throw incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain. Or make people...
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 19-point game. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Now, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And they go play action now. Burrow. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Swift going to try up the middle. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
That's a nice run right there. Able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They go play action with Burrow. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown from 10 yards out as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Fields. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
We're glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is. And the pressure gets to him again. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is taken at about the 14. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
11, mighty. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11,
They'll send a
11,
receiver in motion to the left.
Stop.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He's airing it out for Williams. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Fields. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Marcus Davenport. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this. And you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter. You're going. 4th down. Fields has to have this one. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because, CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games, or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Burrow on play action. He's got this complete to Williams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down.
11 empty. Here we go.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Touchdown! From 17 yards out. And the Lions are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Fields this way up at the 17. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On second down, Montgomery. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
12.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
11 empty, paint. 11 empty, paint.
Burrow looking to pass. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a fourth down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
At their own 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole...
Got your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give a now flex. While you there looking the best, feel the get up in your chest while I soak up my success, getting tokens for your stress. I'll be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage, acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him, girl, you fake. Try to get it out, what you handsome, you ain't dance on. Tell your boyfriend, go and put your pants on. Down, the best friend.